Hello, Aquarius. Here is your reading for the week of March 5th through about the 11th. These are general. Take what works, and what doesn't work just doesn't work. But if you stumble upon this reading at a later date, there may be something in it for you. But let's see what the cards have to say. In your recent past position, you have the Ace of Swords. In your current energies, you have the Ten of Cups. In your near future position, you have the Fool. Your challenge for the week is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And what is recommended for you is the Seven of Wands. In your recent past position with the Ace of Swords, this indicates that you had some kind of new idea. There was a new thought process or something you decided that you are going to look further into. So it could just be like a changing of the mind or something. You're like, you know what? I want to try this. So there's a new thought or a new, in a sense, decision or ideas that you want to pursue more. And in your current energies, I think things are going very well. I think you're actually finding a lot of success and a lot of fulfillment because the Ten of Cups represents kind of like the happy family, but it's like you're being very fulfilled. You're in a very great aspect of your life or moment in your life where you feel very fulfilled. You have kind of everything that you want and you're satisfied, but you're just enjoying the moment right now. And what's coming in for you is the Fool, which is all about starting on a new journey. So you might be deciding that you want to, I don't want to say switch gears, but you might want to embark on something a little different or try something a little bit different. And I wonder if that's really stemming from this Ace of Swords moment where you started having this idea that you want to try something. And although that you're currently in a very good place right now, you're probably, the Fool is like you're actually going to start that journey. You're actually going to now actively take the steps to move in that direction. So that's really, really exciting. But your challenge for the week is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And this could indicate that you may be undervaluing your skills. You might not, it could indicate self-worth issues. Like you might not be really realizing your self-worth. Or let's say if this is a new business venture that you're starting on, you may be doubting your capabilities or doubting you like undervaluing, like paying or something yourself, like undercharging is what I want to say. You might be like, okay, well, I'm going to charge this much even though other people are charging this much. So I think this is saying you need to watch that. Like if this is a new venture where you're kind of freelancing or doing something a little bit more on your own, don't undervalue yourself. Don't undervalue your skills. You could be doubting your skills, or you could just be working so hard that you're not really enjoying the successes in a way. So you have to watch that. But what's recommended for you with the Seven of Wands is hanging in there. It's about defense, defending yourself, kind of standing up, still going through it. So I think whatever this is, because this is at the beginning stages, anytime you start on a new journey with anything, there's always troubleshooting. There's always trying to figure it out. So you might be in this process where you're trying to figure it out, but watch that you're not undervaluing your skills or your capabilities or getting down on yourself. And with the Seven of Wands, this is saying hang in there. If there's moments where you're really coming up against some problems, hang in there. Don't give up, because I think that this could potentially be very good for you in the future. It's just you're in the beginning, initial stages where nothing ever goes smoothly. So you just got to hang in there and keep on keeping on. And let's see what other cards we get for you. Stag Spirit, take the lead. I think this is really saying that with whatever you're doing here, you may not entirely be sure how you're moving forward because I think it's new, but don't undervalue yourself and don't give up your control, because in the upright, she's very independent. Like she's making this creating her own wealth, like she's super independent. But in the reverse, this also could be that you're almost like dependent on somebody else, or you're not really stepping into that independent, like making the decisions yourself type of energy. So you might have to watch that as well. So if you need to take the lead, you definitely have to take the lead, because I think with whatever this is some kind of idea that you have and you're really excited about it. But I do believe things are going good for you at the moment. But anytime you start a new journey, there's always some type of a little bit, troubleshooting. So I think you need to kind of take the lead, make sure you're not undervaluing your skills or your capabilities, and just hang in there. If you're hitting up against bumps or obstacles and you're like, oh, this is not working out, I'm screwing this up, hang in there. Continue to screw it up, because from your screw ups, you're going to learn how to do it better. So just hang in there. And appetite, get out of your comfort zone. And I think this is you getting out of your comfort zone. I think with some of this, like, if you're used to certain things a certain kind of way, you just need to kind of really move forward. And the Fool, he's out of his comfort zone. Like, he's willing to go on this trip. He doesn't really know exactly how it's going to be. He's going to hit up against all kinds of problems, but you have to take those steps. So that's fantastic. Now, Cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. And I think this is saying whatever ideas you had from the past, or if you have like certain, I don't want to say negative self-talk, but if there's certain things that aren't serving you anymore, you need to recondition yourself. You need to now, if you're trying to step into a different type of energy or different type of thing for your life, you need to be that part. So you need to tell yourself, I could do this. I can hit up against these obstacles, and I'm going to overcome these obstacles, and I'm going to push this forward. So you might need to kind of reassess the way you're thinking a little bit. Now, engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Now, this could represent love for some of you. You're starting a new journey of love. But this also could represent, because to me, the Fool, he's kind of committing to this journey. So I would see that he's being a little bit more engaged to this thing. Like, he's not married to it yet. He's not at the end of it. He's not married to it yet. But he's deciding, he's putting his resources, his time, his energy into proceeding forward and seeing how this is going to go. So I think this is saying that whatever this represents to you, that you are putting your time, effort, energy into, you're kind of more, it's no longer just you thinking about it or you playing, you dating the idea. Now you're actually engaged to it, where you're investing into it, or investing resources and yourself into this. So I think this is saying that it's going to be very good. Like, whatever this situation is, you're going to a higher level of commitment for this. But within that, you need to make sure you're not undervaluing yourself, and make sure every time you hit up against an obstacle that you are facing it head on. Like, some days we may not want to face it head on, but wake up the next day, take some time, wake up the next day and get to it. Okay, let's see what little quote we get. Save nothing for the swim back. And I think this is saying if you have to let go of outdated thinking, outdated ways of doing something, you just need to kind of go fresh. Go fresh. So I guess save nothing for the swim back is like, you just have to let go of whatever you have, whatever's weighing you down, you just let go of it. And your affirmation card is, today I am receptive. Today I will let go of the past. I will live in the present, and I am looking forward to a brighter future. And I think that's really, really fantastic, because sometimes it's like things from the past hinder us. Outdated thinking or situations that we've experienced that kind of haunt us, and they could hinder us from moving forward and creating something that we really want. You have to just try to, you're on a new journey, or soon to be on a new journey, on a new path, and you just have to day by day, take it day by day, and don't let old things creep back into your brain. And let's see what Bob Ross has to say for you. Now then, let's wash the old brush. That's the fun part of this whole technique. Okay, shake off the excess and just beat the devil out of it. Now, this is saying that in order to paint a picture, you have to get the brush dirty. So when it's dirty, you just can wash it off. And now, after you beat it up a little bit, maybe you painted something, it didn't work quite well, so now you're going to smack the brush around and be like, oh. But after you go through that process, the brush is clean, the brush is now ready to be used again to paint a new picture. So I think if you have to start from scratch, start from square one, start painting a new picture, get all the old residue of the old ghosts that might still be haunting you, the things that didn't quite work out well for you in the past. You got to get rid of that. Like, and it's easier said than done. I know it's much easier said than done. But going forward, don't bring some of that old residue, that old dirty brush paint to now be tainting your new picture. And let's see what spirit of the dish we have for you. You have the spirit of the steeped one, which is the spirit of the tea. Your dinner and a movie is American food and action films. The energies that you need to be aware of or tap into is Scorpio, and this is about transformation and major changes, and Aries, and this is about that initiative, that kind of like initial spark, and a little bit of temper as well. They kind of like feisty a little bit. You have the moon, which is about emotions and habits, and you have Pluto, which is about transformation and major changes as well. You have the third house, which represents communication, intellect, communities, and relationships, and you have the 10th house, which represents social status, career, and aspirations. You have number 1 here, which is an odd number, so that means the special guest that will be answering your questions today, Aquarius, will be the Magic 8 Ball. He shall be out here shortly, so think of those questions. We have S, F, F, E, U, H, 409, and you have happiness. And I think whatever you're doing is probably going to bring you some happiness, so I think that's really exciting. And let's see what little charmy we get for you. Okay, so you have the clock. So this means the clock is ticking, or whatever this is. It could mean it takes time, or the time is now to start it. So whatever this represents for you, with the clock is what it is. But sometimes things take time, but it also could mean time is of the essence. So don't waste time getting started on it, but it could still take time. Now it is time. Now it is time to have our special guest come on over. Here he is. Okay, Aquariuses, think of your questions and let us ask. Oh, mystical, magical 8 Ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Aquarius's question? It says, don't count on it. The 8 Ball has spoken. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.